John was suddenly astonished to discover that a coin had been tossed into his cup. What he didn't expect was that this was my act of charity toward him. But before John could even recover, I pulled out another coin and dropped it into his coffee cup again.
What the hell?
John never imagined that because he had never given me even a penny when passing by, he'd be insulted in this way. I watched John's stunned face, and I didn't stop insulting him. I even declared that if I ever became rich, I'd never be arrogant like John. But just as I was about to leave, John called after me and asked me to talk in his luxury car. Seeing me stay silent, John had no choice but to call his driver for help. At that moment, I felt uneasy. Then the driver forcefully took me away. Unbeknownst to me that this would completely rewrite my life, I thought John might punish me, but instead he brought me into his company. Then John introduced me to everyone as the company's new partner. Amid everyone's surprise, I was led into the office. Still, I instinctively sat off to the side. To my surprise, John told me to sit in his seat. When I asked what work I would do every day, John replied that I only needed to sign some documents. Seeing the meeting time approaching, John told me to go change clothes. And just like that, in a baffling turn, I became the boss. But I had no idea what was approaching. Just as I was admiring my reflection, a janitor suddenly walked in. What I least expected was that the janitor was Jack, the one who used to give me food, facing a past benefactor. I looked down on Jack, even lying and saying I didn't know him. Jack could only leave helplessly. Then Jack wiped a window while taunting me. I yelled at him. That was when Jack finally left, utterly disappointed. A week later, I had gradually grown used to my new identity, but at a high-end cocktail party, John suddenly had me sign a contract. Without reading it, I casually signed my name. No sooner had I signed it than the police showed up and said I was being investigated for fraud. Confused as I was, the police told me that for nearly a year the company had been issuing fake invoices. But I had only been in the company for a week. Seeing that John had no intention of defending me, I realized I had fallen into his trap, and the document I just signed made it impossible for me to defend myself. I frantically begged people around me for help, but everyone turned away, and the police were about to take me into custody. Just when I was panic-stricken, Jack suddenly appeared. It turned out he had found an onboarding report in a trash can, which became the best evidence for my exoneration. The police immediately understood John's wrongdoing, and John was taken away by the police. It was only then that I relaxed. This time I called out to Jack. While expressing my gratitude, I also apologized for how I behaved in the office. I didn't even know why I acted that way. Maybe that's the terrifying nature of power and money, but fortunately, I am now the sole owner of the company. When friends asked me what my plan was, I told them I would turn it into a charity foundation. Sure enough, only those you have helped will come to help you again. I hope you too will be treated gently by this world.